guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Tina, and today we are going back in time again to explore another ancient culture's makeup traditions. Actually, we're doing two at once because in my research, these two cultures have a lot of similarities because they've sort of borrowed from each other. Happened all over the world. That is China and Japan. As always, I will be referencing my notes, and as always, you will see some really cool art from the civilizations we are talking about. Now, one thing has occurred to me recently, and that is that some people might think that when I'm creating these looks, I'm making fun of the culture. I am not in any way. Please give respect. They're amazingly rich cultures, and they deserve that from us. As always, information about those will be linked down below. Please check them out. Today we're going back to China and Japan. Chinese makeup and specifically nail culture dates back to 3000 BC. I don't remember what dynasty that is, but I will be showing you a dynasty of China. I did my best to research this, but I found it kind of confusing, so I'm going to struggle through this and do my best. Now, 3,000 years ago, at the time they used Arabic, gelatin, beeswax, egg, and colors to represent social classes. During the Tang Dynasty, royals wear gold and silver, with subsequent royals, so I assume like dukes and duchesses under the queens and kings sort of thing, would wear black or red. Lower classes were forbidden to wear those colors. Chinese and Japanese looks, they did borrow from each other, but they were not by any means exactly the same. So the first look I'm going to do is going to be more of a Chinese-inspired look. They began with the application of a special kind of oil. I'm going to use vitamin E because that's what I have, and it's good for my skin, and it should actually help the stuff that I bought go on. Now this video is late, taking longer for me to get up because in my update video, I talked a little bit about that. I had to special order the makeup that I'm going to use for this video. About 1500 BC, the Chinese people started using rice powder to make their faces white, and they shaved their eyebrows off and redrew them on. And they have this really cool diagram that shows you the different shapes of eyebrows during those time periods. I'm taking some of this white face paint. Obviously do not have rice powder. This ultra white powder. There are some differences between Chinese and Japanese did their faces, and I'm going to try to depict that a little bit. In China, especially in the Tang Dynasty, there were 7 steps in cosmetic makeup for the bellies of power: applying color to the face, eyebrow darkening, applying forehead gold or floral twinkle gold, painting the dimples, and decorating the cheeks, and applying lip color. We whitened the face, and now I'm going to apply gold to my forehead. I've never attempted this before, so there's my gold forehead. I don't know if you can see that or not. Plum blossom originates from the legend of Princess Xiaoyang, who fell asleep under a plum tree, and the flower landed on her forehead and left an imprint. And when the court saw it, they thought that it made her, accented her beauty. That the designs they used for that were really neat. I'm going to attempt to create some brows. I'm going to use the simplest one I saw. The next step was applying rouge, and they did, there's a couple different styles of makeup that I will show you. And they would put a little bit of the red around their eyes. I also looked at a lot of artwork. I am kind of attempting to do what I was seeing in some of these pictures during that dynasty. They would bind their waists, and they liked smaller breasts. Now, as with any era, art changed during later dynasties. Other looks came into fashion. Now, that very petite look with a pleasant smile and light skin has come back. I have done my powder, applied color to the face, eyebrows, forehead gold or floral, painting dimples, decorating the cheeks, so those two were one step, and then applying lip color. I found the similarities and the differences in these two cultures just fascinating. Dynasty, which I'm doing, is the Tang Dynasty. Both of them, though, sort of resemble a flower, and they smile with their lips closed. Unlike the ancient Egyptians, they didn't really do their lashes much, and their focus on fingernails is just really interesting. Now, for the emperors and empresses and then royalty, they have these fingernail things to show that they didn't do physical labor. So apparently this is just a thing throughout history where royalty wanted to show they didn't do physical labor by adorning themselves in such ways that they couldn't. This is my very basic Chinese Tang Dynasty look. It is not by any means perfect. I put my hair up in this very basic bun. It's a really interesting and dramatic look. Not nearly as dramatic as the Japanese took it. The really dramatic looks that we're used to seeing, generally done by something called a Miko, or Geiko. No, I know I'm massacring these words and I'm really, really sorry. The higher up you became in the Japanese culture within the geisha community, which was not prostitutes. Geisha was actually created to empower women, and it is one of the fields where women could actually become very wealthy. Fortunately, when Western and some other cultures came in, perverting of this particular tradition, Geisha, which I'm sorry, I know I'm massacring that, means half jewel. These traditions were all about culture and refinement. Well, they're considered celebrities of sorts. If they're a true geisha, they'll have black and red kimonos. Their outfits depend on the time of year. In the spring, they'd of course be wearing a spring kimono, and in the summer, they'd be wearing a summer kimono. Detail that goes into learning the geisha is a beautiful and fascinating culture. And there's a lot of secrecy about it. In Japan, geisha wear lipstick made of crushed safflower petals to paint the eyebrows and edges of the eyes, as well as the lips, with sticks of brunswax. Rice powder colors the face and back, and they make this design in the back. I'll show you a picture of that. Rouge contours the eye socket, defines the nose. Black paint colors the teeth to the ceremony called erike or maiko. When Maiko, apprentice geisha, graduate and become independent, the geisha would also sometimes use bird droppings to compile a lighter color. The makeup process begins with the application of Brutsuka abura, a special kind of oil. This is then followed by the white powder-like substance mixed with water and applied to the skin with a special bamboo brush. The white substance covers almost all visible parts of the skin, including the chest and neck. The nape of the neck has a typical V or W shape of clear skin, which has no white makeup. This is an especially important part of the geisha's presence. A W shape of clear skin is left on a maiko, while the geisha has a V nape of the neck. The hairline too is not painted white, so as to give the illusion of a mask. The white powder now used does not contain lead and is not toxic like it was in earlier days. Buy geisha makeup, eBay, to buy like really, really good stuff, is several $100s. My email is listed below if you ever want to send me geisha makeup. I've already messed this whole look up because I went plumb to the hairline with this look. I'm trying to build this up to that powder white look that they create. I doubt I'm going to get there because my understanding is that creating this look takes years of practice and takes a good hour or so to apply. Gosh, my hair is just not cooperating at all. Geisha also drew on their eyebrows, which I will attempt again, but they drew it on black and then put red in it. Theirs was a more of a flat look. I'm going to attempt to add some red contour to that without making myself a total clown. And I must stress, they spent a long time learning these techniques. It used to be girls started at a very young age, grew up as geisha. So there's also another style of makeup that's sort of similar to geisha called Kabuki, but that is for actors. This kind of look dates back a very long time, is my understanding. Later dynasties is when the geisha really started. After Ameka has worked for 3 years for her makeup becomes more subtle because she has matured to the point when her natural beauty can be seen. After the age of 30, geisha wear the traditional makeup only for formal events. So the eyebrows are drawn with charcoal. They used to remove the brows and paint them straight, false eyebrows high on the forehead and contoured in thick black. The eyebrows and corners of the eyes are colored black. And Ameka also has red around her eyes. The next step to this is to create this very dramatic black eyeliner. I don't normally I've never really done the black eyeliner thing. Don't expect much out of me for this one. Oh, and they also used gold. This wasn't like other cultures where they did the black eyeliner to protect their eyes from the sun. This was very purely dramatic and cosmetic. And you can see why this takes years to perfect. Because the red and the black and the white, the second you touch it, this happens, where it blows out the color. The lips change depending on who it is that we're talking about who's wearing it. If you're a full geisha, then you would paint both lips. As a Mako, you would only paint one lip. The idea was to create this flower shape. So a Mako might be only this little bit of the lip if they're very early on. And then as they went, they painted in more of the lip. But at no time was the full lip painted in. Geisha might be more like this. The blush that I have seen on the Kabuki. I found that really fascinating and interesting. The same red and would paint it. Now, this look was always worn by actresses. It wasn't worn by geisha or geisha in training or anything like that. Kabuki is a form of traditional Japanese drama that emerged at the beginning of the Edo period, which is 1603 to 1868, based on popular legends and characterized by striking costumes, stylized acting, and the use of both male and female characters. Kabuki refers to a style of theater considered to be avant-garde. Kabuki is a traditional entertainment in which fantastical combines with the artistry of the actor. This makeup traditionally was, by men, because women didn't act on stage until much later. I love doing these history of makeup tutorials because I think that there is just so much in our past. Looks from the period of 3000 BC, where really that was all about nails and then just white rice powder on the face. Changes weren't a lot until a much more modern time, and we're talking like all the way up until the 1800s. Chinese and Japan history of makeup from 3000 BC to about the 1800s. In the next video, will be another earlier time, about 3000 BC, and that's Rome. The Roman makeup, there's going to be several progressions of that one. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know below in the comment section what you think. If there's something I can do better, if there's a traditional historical makeup look culture you'd like to know more about the makeup from, let me know below, and I will certainly try to include it in this series. I'd love to hear what you're thinking of how this series is going. Please like and subscribe and share. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Bye!